What's up, budget builders? My name is Trill, and I have a question for you guys. What is going on in this world of politics these days? Are we attacking our senators now? I mean, yeah, we have a crisis going on in this country right now, and 2 senators are holding back the progress to make things better for the American people. But does that mean we should follow them into their private spaces? Talk about invasion. Well, that's exactly what happened. There is a video circulating of protesters ambushing Senator Kyrsten Sinema as she walked into the restroom, and they continued to talk to her while she took care of her business. And then they were there as she left the restroom and continued to harass her. And it looks like they were happy about it as well. I'm going to show you guys that clip of that video so that you can see what I'm talking about. Also, just a week prior to that, looks like protesters were doing the same thing for Senator Joe Manchin. I'm going to show you guys that video as well. And then after I show you those videos, I want to get your opinion on whether you think that this is appropriate behavior or not. But you have to see the video, guys. It's pretty hilarious. Also in the headlines, Chuck Schumer has scheduled a vote on Wednesday to suspend the debt ceiling, saying that it must be raised by the end of this week. Let's go ahead and talk about that today. But before we get started, hey, if this is your first time to the channel, hey, welcome and glad to have you. On this channel, we talk about finance, real estate, credit cards, Bitcoin and crypto, and stimulus update news. So if you're interested in any of those, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for me. That way you can join our community. Also, if you end up liking the content in this video or even laughing at one of my jokes, then be sure to like this video. Other than that, guys, hey, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Okay, guys, you already know that the Democrats are trying their hardest to pass these 2 stimulus bills in Congress. The $1.2 trillion bipartisan bill, which is for the physical infrastructure, and the larger $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation bill that includes money for social spending for the American people. The Democrats are struggling to get enough votes in favor to pass both of these bills, as we have 2 senators, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, that are not willing to support the larger $3.5 trillion bill because they believe it costs too much money. Well, last week, the House Democrats were hoping to pass the bipartisan bill, but progressives wanted to make sure that all senators support the larger bill in the Senate first. Well, only 48 votes or so were in favor of passing that bill in the Senate, while the 2 senators continued to stay in opposition. Well, last week, hey, President Biden went to Capitol Hill to try and save the massive $3.5 trillion bill by speaking with lawmakers in an attempt to persuade the support of his colleagues. Well, for some strange reason, Senator Kyrsten Sinema decided to leave Washington for an appointment, which stopped the progress altogether. Not only does she remain in opposition to the bill and avoiding pressure from other Democrats, she left town in the middle of needing to pass this bill for the American people, which was already scheduled. Well, protesters or activists were not happy about that. They ended up finding Sinema at her school teaching and following her into the restroom. And it got a little bit personal, but go ahead and check it out.
Okay, I'll be back.
So then we want to talk to you real quick. Want to talk to you real quick?
Hi, actually, I am heading out.
Right now is a real moment that our people need in order for us to be able to talk about what's really happening. We need a Build Back Better plan right now.
We knocked on doors. We need solutions. The Build Back Better plan has the solutions that we need.
We knocked on doors for you to get you elected, and just how we got you elected, we can get you out of office if you don't support what you promised us.
We need 7 million citizenship for 7 million. We need the Build Back Better plan right now.
My name is Blanca. I was brought here to the United States when I was 3 years old. And in 2010, my grandparents both got deported because of SB 1070. And I'm here because I definitely believe that we need a pathway to citizenship. My grandfather passed away 2 weeks ago, and I was not able to go to Mexico and visit him because there is no pathway to citizenship. And if we have the opportunity to pass it right now, then we need to do it, because there's millions of undocumented people just like me who share the same story or even worse things that happen to them because of SB 1070 and because of anti-immigrant legislation. And this is the opportunity to pass it right now, and we need to hold you accountable to what you told us, what you promised us that you were going to pass when we knocked on doors for you. It's not right.
I'm a survivor of human trafficking, and it's because of the lack of worker protections that we don't have in the gig economy. I need you to stand by workers, lots of people who are like me, who became homeless.
And then after watching that video, I saw President Biden was questioned by some reporters, and this is what he had to say, which was pretty interesting.
Senator Sinema last night was chased into a restroom. Do you think that those tactics are crossing a line?
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody. From the only people it doesn't happen to are people who have Secret Service standing around them. It's part of the process. Yes, sir.
Now, in addition, we did hear from Senator Sinema about the incident in the restroom, and she issued a statement saying that the behavior was not legitimate protest. And then she went on to say on her statement is that it is unacceptable for activist organizations to instruct their members to jeopardize themselves by engaging in unlawful activities such as gaining entry to closed university buildings, disrupting learning environments, and filming students in a restroom, which I must say I have to agree with Senator Kyrsten Sinema. But Sinema is not the only one receiving visits from activists. I have a video of Joe Manchin also being ambushed by activists on his yacht, where they are demanding that he supports the larger infrastructure bill. Check this out.
Let me talk if you can. Where are y'all from? Anybody from West Virginia? We have any West Virginians?
We have a lot of West Virginians.
God bless you all. But gang, we're working hard. We really are. We're going to continue to in good faith. We want to get a good bill that's a balanced bill, that's well done. And I know it won't be enough for some, and it'll be too much for others. In West Virginia, West Virginia's a little bit different than it used to be.
There's a lot of poverty. What are you going to do for the poor in West Virginia?
We're going to be working everything we can to create good opportunities.
And we need to tax the rich.
Well, I agree with that. I definitely agree. That's the one number thing we should be doing is fixing the tax code so everybody pays their fair share. We should be also negotiating for lower drug prices. We should be doing all these things. I agree with you 1,000%. We're on the same page, gang. We really are.
If we can expand Medicare, adding dental, vision, and hearing coverage to Medicare, that's a real opportunity that we can do.
Well, if we have, here, let me just explain on that one. We will get to that eventually, but right now we can't even take care of it. It's going to go broke in 2026. Let us fix and repair that
first. That's not true. Tax the rich.
We're taxing the rich. I agree. We're going to make the rich and the famous pay.
Well, how much are they going to pay? They can cover this, you can cover that without 1%, not 26. So when you think about it, we just passed a Pentagon budget of $788 billion. No, and that over 10 years is $6 trillion, right? $6 trillion. And we're talking about
how much do you think that we spend every year on non-discretionary, basically non-defense? Just as much.
Clearly not enough.
Do you know we pay? Let me just give you all this.
But I'm just saying we can afford. If we can afford
let me just tell you. Let me give you one little bit of information. Okay, so.
Wait, I got one little bit of information for you. The Republicans are likely to take over the Senate. We don't. This is our one chance right now to pass the legislation.
If we don't do it right, do you think they won't be pilled as soon as they take over?
If you don't pass this, we're gonna.
Yeah, they're not going to pass things like this for the people. They're not. This is our chance. We can't wait.
So it's like both of these senators are really getting it right now from the American people like never before. These activists were on canoes and boats in the water trying to approach Joe Manchin. And I must say, guys, I love it. I love it. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. We should respect everyone's privacy regardless to whom they are. Now, there are also some reports out that claim that Kyrsten Sinema is raising money in opposition to the Build Back Better agenda from President Biden. This article right here, Chris Hayes says, I may not agree with Senator Manchin's politics, but it does seem like he is trying to get to a yes. Senator Sinema, on the other hand, has been spending her time basically alternating between vineyard internship and getting checks from lobbyist groups. And this article right here says that Sinema is holding a fundraiser for lobbyist groups that are opposed to the Democrats' Build Back Better Act. So this could be the main reason as to why Senator Sinema is not supporting the massive stimulus bill, because she may be receiving illegal funds to prevent it from happening. But either way, guys, hey, both of these senators need to figure out if they are going to support their own party or not. But Democrats and activists are already working on removing Senator Sinema from her seat in the Senate, considering she has been voting against everything the Democrats have been putting out, especially when she supported that filibuster back in June. So, Sinema is facing growing efforts from her previous supporters that she is either needs to support the $3.5 trillion bill or prepare to be removed and voted out of the Senate chair. So, we will have to see on how all of this action will affect Senator Sinema in the coming days, as lawmakers and the American people are pretty frustrated with her right now. But what do you guys think about all of this? Them following her into the restroom and the activists going into the water, holding up signs and protesting, trying to catch up with Senator Joe Manchin? At least he kept his cool and he actually talked to the activists. But anyways, guys, hey, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. I'm curious to see what you guys think about all of this. And then earlier on Monday, we heard from Senator Majority Leader Chuck Schumer regarding the next steps in passing the debt ceiling. Right now, Republicans are standing in the way of increasing the debt ceiling, which can cause the United States to run out of money and to default on its obligations. The Democrats believe that raising the debt ceiling should be a bipartisan process that involves both sides of both chambers. The Republicans, led by Mitch McConnell, has vowed not to provide any support for the Democrats and hoping that they fail in the process. How can you do that when working for the Congress? You wish that the Democrats fail and the country default on its obligations? That's just wrong, guys. Come on, Mitchy Mitch. Get with the program. It's not about you. It's about the American people. We are already struggling right now with this pandemic. Give us a break. Sorry, I got off script. It seems like the Republicans want the country to default under the watch of President Biden, which there is a Democrat-led House and the Senate. The Democrats are faced to passing the debt ceiling on their own, in which they are very limited to the amount of supporters willing to support this effort. Chuck Schumer announced on Monday that he will set up a vote for Wednesday to suspend the debt ceiling. Schumer said he has set up a vote for Wednesday where they will need 60 votes to break a filibuster and move forward with suspending the debt ceiling through December of 2022. This is going to require 10 Republicans to break ranks from their party, which is challenging enough. Right now, the Senate is 50-50, which makes it seem like getting 10 Republicans to switch sides is highly unlikely. But Schumer said before the end of this week, the Senate must get a bill to the president's desk to address the acute crisis of the debt limit. Even a near miss can have dramatic consequences. Every single day we delay taking action, we increase the chances of doing irreversible damage to our global financial system, our economic recovery, and trust in our country's ability to pay its debts. So guys, in about 24 hours, Schumer plans to hold a vote on Capitol Hill in an attempt to get 60 votes needed to break the filibuster, even though Republicans have blocked this attempt to pass the debt ceiling 2 times already. This is a potential crisis that can be avoided, but both sides are at war right now. And I think it's mostly because of the Republicans don't have any input regarding the Democrats passing that $3.5 trillion social spending package. But anyways, guys, hey, my time is up for today. This has been another 4th Stimulus Check update. Now, if you enjoy any of this information or found it to be useful, be sure to hit the like button for us. It definitely helps out a lot, and it also tells YouTube to share this video with others. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for me so that you can be a part of this community. And hit the notification bell to be notified of each new video. Again, as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.